Mary Harris.
Thank you for sitting down with me, Mary.
It's my pleasure.
Are you having a nice day at Earth Day?
Now that I found you, yes.
Ah, that's the best thing anybody said to me all day.
It's true.
Thank you. Do any of the prompts call to you?
Yeah, the first one. The sharing experience community coming together to fight climate change. And I'm going to make a little of an announcement. I am the chair of the Santa Barbara County Arts Commission. And during COVID, and even before that, during the devastation of the Montecito debris flow, we decided as the commission that what we wanted to do was to help artists who had been negatively affected by that. Either their entire artwork had been destroyed or their ability to work productively had been destroyed because they couldn't get to their clients. So in other words, there were many artists in need. And so we decided that to take all of our grant money that year and give it to artists. So that made me feel like it was the right thing to do at that time. And it was impactful in the sense that many artists were influenced by it. And we got the ability to see that climate change can affect people in lots of different ways. And that was one of the ways in which we were able to help.
That's a beautiful way to help people.
So I'll tell you about the personal one, the nature one.
Oh,
I love
please.
this. I'm a community member. I live downtown here in Santa Barbara. And so I saw this thing about helping the Creeks Division do this little video on not pouring things down the drains. So I went and I volunteered. I was by far the oldest person volunteering, but I can still dance. And we did this thing where we said you should be careful about what you put down drains because those will affect the creeks, which will affect the ocean. So, the whole idea of all of our ecosystems connecting, we've seen, very, very impactful ways when we had these huge storms where the mountain in Montecito came down to the sea. But we have little ways in which people all the time can be thinking, what can I do to make sure that this environment is as healthy as it can be? So I loved being involved in that video, and people still see it. I'm the dancing old lady.
I love that. You brought your joy and your effervescence to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was just such a ton of fun because there are all these little kids and everything. And they said, do you want to just kind of dance to the music? And I said, oh, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, sure. And then I did all the things that they wanted me to do and holding out things and dropping things. It was a hoot.
Sounds like it.
So I am originally from Massachusetts, so we are in a little bit more stable environment. We don't have as many like earthquakes and monster storms that come out of nowhere and affect our climate in the way that the West Coast does. So I'm much more mindful now that I live on the West Coast of how climate change is affected by the oceans here, not so much in the New England area, but certainly the lower part of the eastern coast, incredibly affected by climate change because of the ocean rising. I think in Santa Barbara, we need to be a little bit more mindful of our coasts because that's really the most impactful thing we have is what's going to happen with the ocean.
Yeah, agreed. We're seeing it on our coastline.
Yeah, and we don't pay as much attention to it as we should, I don't think. And so anything that people can do to realize that their individual efforts, I joined the downtown organization to pick up trash, and that doesn't have anything directly to do with climate change, but it indirectly, it makes the environment more pleasant for other people when you don't have to look around and see trash all over the creation. So.
Well, and when there's rain or when there's
There you
wind,
go.
it ends up in the creeks and it ends up ultimately in the ocean.
It's there you go. There it is all connected. I'm a great fan of all the Save the Ocean activities and I do beach cleanups and all the kinds of stuff that you're supposed to do. Then again you have to say in your own personal life, you have to be careful about water usage. And I always drives me crazy at like the why they say, limit your showers to less than 5 minutes. I said, how about less than a minute? 5 minutes is way, way too much time for anybody to be in a shower. But if you can, why not? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's a constant thing.
And the little bits that we can do as individuals add up to make
They
a
do.
bigger impact. Yeah.
They do.
Like sharing these stories. You here
I hope
today
so.
with stories like this from around the world. Hopefully we come together and those voices raise.
Yeah, I've
Make
spent
an
a lot of
impact.
time living in Europe, and so whenever I go overseas, I'm always thinking about, okay, what are these folks doing that we could learn from? What can we bring back from other parts of the world? And there's a lot. I mean, I think we have been in this country relatively wasteful for a very long time. For example, why do we not have a high-speed train? Because we're a car culture. Well, that just doesn't work. But it may well be too late, except for the little the LA to Las Vegas thing and some other things that might happen. But if France could do it, we could do it. They did it 40 years ago.
Is there anything other than the high-speed train that you've seen done in Europe that really stands out for you as something that would be really impactful here and achievable?
Well, transportation in general. I mean, we're sitting right across from an MTD bus. If more
electric
people,
one.
more people took the electric MTD bus
Yep.
than didn't. And I went to a poetry thing that they had that was sponsored by the MTD, and they asked, okay, who has not ridden in a bus in the last year? I raised my hand. I felt really badly about that. So I got a free bus pass, and I thought, there you go.
Hey.
So now, because they have poetry in the buses, I will now take my card and ride the bus because I can. So for Europe, I don't know. There's just so many things that they do that are mindful of the environment. Mostly it's the transportation.
Yeah.
That's where it makes the biggest difference, I think.
Yeah. Mary, thank you for sitting down with me. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or share?
Best memories of nature. Oh my God. I mean, just walking around here. I mean, I live near Ellis Park. I mean, I go, I can walk up there every night. And I am a member of the Botanic Garden. I thought, darn it, I have not been over there in a while. And I thought, I am going to get there before the irises are gone, because the irises are so magnificent. And, the other magnificent thing is running water. Since I am from New England, I'm used to running water, and you don't have it here unless you do. And so whenever there's a storm, not the cataclysmic ones, but whenever there's a storm where I can go and listen to water running, trickling down, nothing better.
Sitting by a running creek
Oh,
is so cleansing for
It's
the
just
spirit.
fabulous.
Oh,
So think of the things that, obviously when we have these deluges or these atmospheric rivers, not a good sign, not a happy thing to think about having, but the after effects. I mean, look at how many oranges we had, lemons. I mean, the place is just like the vineyards are going nuts with joy. I mean, look at all this water. So if you could get the water to do what it's supposed to do, which is to seep into the earth, which is, again, I could go on for hours, but, the way people build, we have much too much asphalt. We need to stop building things that are all on asphalt. We need to kind of have places for the water to go.
we need permeable surfaces and
All
we need
that
catch
stuff.
basins. Yeah, absolutely.
See?
Yeah. Well, we can keep talking about it and working on it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mary.
You're
It was a
very
pleasure
welcome.
to talk to you.
Just a
We have all received a gift, an expected or anticipated gift for a birthday, anniversary, retirement. Each time we receive that gift, whether it meets our expectation, we feel something. Happy, sad, disappointed. The gifts that are unexpected, unconditional, small or large, have the potential of changing the trajectory of a life. Someone pays for your groceries when you're out of money, leaves you a big tip just when you think you can't afford your rent. Those are the gifts that ease our fears, make us grateful, and want to help others. This is a space where we share how those gifts, big or small, make a difference and change our lives. Welcome to the Starfish Connection.